YouTube, I have one question for you. Are you truly protecting the creators? Or are you trying to protect the advertisements and essentially the government? Because as far as I've seen from the past couple months, ever since certain things have popped off on the YouTube channels, like the inauguration of Joe Biden and like other things, and like the advertisements too, like with Nintendo, with Activision, and all those other videos where they just get mass disliked into oblivion. This is the only time you're actually going to care and actually do something about the dislike mass bombing. I am not advocating for like, yeah, YouTube should do this. I'm advocating for not to do this. Because let's be honest, you know what? No. Instead of just talking about it as I usually do in my videos, like reading from an article or anything, I'm going to play a video from the YouTube content creator channel. Roll the clip!
Hey folks, you may have seen a while back that YouTube announced it was experimenting with making dislike counts private to only the creator of the video.
Oh, trust me, buddy, we're pretty aware of that. Especially it was out like in March and stuff, and we kept telling you guys, no, it's a bad idea. Please don't do it. Please listen to us just this one time.
Now, if you're like me, you were surprised by that. I mean, I've always thought seeing the number of dislikes on a video helps us know as viewers if it's a good video or not, if it's a helpful tutorial or not, or if what a creator is saying in their video is generally agreed with or not.
Yes, it does. Especially there was a review that was on IGN where they were reviewing Shin Megami Tensei 5, and they totally fucked that up really badly because they only saw it through the Persona goggles and stuff. Or how about one of Jay Station's videos, the one you guys deplatformed because he was breaking a bunch of TOS rules and stuff, and it took you guys like forever to remove them. Or how about those YouTube videos where they trick people into thinking that they can play GTA 5 or Pokemon Sword and Shield on their iPhone or Android, by instead of getting the game to run on the phone, it's malicious software that they can upload to the phone and potentially harm their phone and lose their phone.
But unfortunately, research teams at YouTube have found there's this whole other use for disliking a video that I had never experienced as a creator, and you may not have either. Apparently, groups of viewers are targeting a video's dislike button to drive up the count, turning it into something like a game with a visible scoreboard.
Okay, I understand there's like targeted harassment. I understand that. Okay, fine, whatever, YouTube. But there is times where, like I said earlier, there's some really bad reviews that need to be disliked. And people, like when I saw it, like, what the heck? What's all these dislikes and stuff? And I started to look through the video and stuff, look through the comments, and I understood what was going on. That type of information we need in order to understand, to watch a creator or understand. There's like maybe one tenth of a chance that it's a targeted harassment. We can understand that. Understandable. But, you know, this is not one of the problems that you guys need to address with the many problems that YouTube has right now. Many of the problems that you need to address is some of the false allegations that allow to run on YouTube and ruin people's lives. That's what ruins fucking people's lives.
And it's usually just because they don't like the creator or what they stand for. That's a big problem when half of YouTube's mission is to give everyone a voice.
That's a fucking joke right there, YouTube. How about the LGBT community where you guys have been suppressing their voices and stuff for like the longest of time? Or how about Louder with Crowder show where you guys deplatformed him from your guys' platform? Or how about Alex Jones where he had different views and stuff? Some of them were just fucking off the rails dumb, and I understand that. But you guys deplatform him. Don't come out with me with that bullshit. We all know you guys have a bias. Trust me, we can smell it from a mile away, YouTube. Don't even pull... Oh, even Monkey Jones. If anybody remembers Monkey Jones, he was kind of like a commentator slash, you know, kind of type of guy. I can't remember, but he's definitely a commentator. And he kind of did a little video on a certain somebody. And YouTube decided to remove Monkey Jones off of the platform and stuff. And there's so many others that had different opinions, YouTube's, that you guys removed them from the platform. So don't say that, oh, we just want to have everybody to have their own voice within the community, because we all know it's a bullshit lie, YouTube. Don't bullshit me.
So earlier in 2021, YouTube experimented with making the public dislike count private to see if it would help reduce these coordinated dislike attacks across the platform. And after analysis, they did see a reduction.
So let me get this straight, YouTube. You did it in a small grouped area to where people cannot see the dislike bar at all the dislike counts. And you call that a success? YouTube, you do realize how many users you have on this platform, right? And also, what kind of videos did they visit too? Did they visit tutorials where they were actually helpful or not helpful? Did they actually go to with a different content creator that didn't like they didn't have the same opinion with and they disliked? None of the stuff that you have spewed out, YouTube, makes any sense. And I can't understand why the community thinks you're doing this for your protective interest. For example, advertisers are probably getting sick and tired of being disliked. Nintendo, Activision, into oblivion every time they post a video and get slammed with dislikes and nasty comments. Another one is the Joe Biden videos and stuff they post on CNN and all that type of stuff. I'm pretty sure they complained to you guys about being dislike bombed too. This none of it makes sense, YouTube. Please make sense.
So the update from YouTube is that the dislike button is staying, but the dislike counts will now be private. You can still dislike videos, and that action will be used to tune your own recommendations, but you won't be able to see the dislike count. Only the creator can find it on the back end if they want.
So you're hiding the dislikes to protect the content creators from mass harassment and stuff. You do realize, oh, I gotta save it. It's just, like I said before, none of this makes sense.
Now, a few common questions we saw from the initial experiment. First, without a public dislike count, how can viewers tell if a video is worth watching? Again, I kind of had this question too, but it turns out that while viewers might use the dislike count to give them a sense of a video's worth, when the teams looked at the data across millions of viewers and videos in the experiment, they didn't see a noticeable difference in viewership, regardless of whether they could see the dislike count or not. In other words, it didn't really matter if a video had a lot of dislikes or not, they still watched.
So what was the point of removing it, YouTube? Probably to protect the media and the corporations, because you don't care because they only care about your bottom line.
Next common question, if creators can still see the dislike count on the back end, how's that any different? They can see it if they look for it inside Studio Analytics under the Engagement tab. But overall, it's much less likely to cause stress and embarrassment if the count isn't visible to the public.
So what was the point of removing it, YouTube? Probably to protect the media and the corporations, because you don't care because they only care about your bottom line.
And one more common question, is this because YouTube Rewind got lots of dislikes? No. Although there are some teams internally who have learned the hard way what it feels like to get lots of dislikes.
Gee, I wonder why, because they probably had their head so far up their ass they didn't want to listen to us. So you know what, the only way we had to get back at these people for not listening is hit that dislike bar and insult them in the comment sections, because you guys don't want to listen to a word we have to say.
Now, this again is about protecting all creators and making sure they have a chance to succeed and feel safe in doing so. All right, so that's the update. I hope it doesn't cause too much frustration. Honestly, I think you're going to get used to it pretty quickly, and keep in mind other platforms don't even have a dislike button. So consider that. Thank you, and I hope you're well.
They want to protect the creators. They want to protect from harassment. But, you know, this is towards the end of the video anyway. So YouTube, get ready. You open Pandora's box, because you know what's going to happen, because I pay attention to the community, unlike you clowns. So instead of mass disliking and commenting stuff, people are going to start flagging videos and start reporting them. And they're going to start overworking your workers now. And I hope they start to do it so they can start opening your eyes to see where you guys essentially gone wrong with this, and where you've essentially disconnected yourself from the community. I am so sick and tired of YouTube doing stupid stuff without even thinking it through, and just panicking and doing these stupid little experiments that they think is going to be helpful. Anyway, guys, that's enough out of me for the ranting and stuff. Please have yourselves a damn good one. And you know what? Please leave a like or dislike on the YouTube channel, because Lord knows how much longer this is going to last, to be honest. Other than that, guys, I'll see you in the next video.